Will Blair is a devoted husband and father.
Hi, baby.
The Naples, Florida resident is a former Air Force sergeant who also spent time in the reserves. He enlisted just out of high school right before 9/11. He then embarked on a decade-long career in service. Will's military career included multiple deployments and trips overseas. But he has trouble remembering how many or when exactly they took place. He suffers from a traumatic brain injury.
When we first met, he was always looking to have a good time. Everything was a joke. Life was just fun. He didn't have a care in the world. When he came back, it was hard. And not necessarily like in the first few days, because you're just so happy to be together. I knew he was the same person. He looked the same. But his attitude and how he responded to things was different. He was very short-tempered. He was very anxious all the time. He couldn't sleep.
You don't know what it's like to hear the sound of the mortars coming in, or raw screaming from guys that have been hit, or anything.
Will also could not escape a somber statistic plaguing today's veterans. 20 die by suicide every day. He was at work when he received a call about his close friend and former Army Sergeant Dave.
Nobody in their right mind can actually face the reality of their best friend committing suicide.
After Dave passed away, Will started drinking very heavily. He had a lot of guilt that he could have somehow prevented what happened. And I think in culmination with everything that he already had going on, it was just kind of the proverbial straw that broke the camel's back.
The only thing that really was saving me during a lot of these times was my daughter, Kay. That's it. My wife was my rock, but eventually a rock has to sink too. I felt that I needed to work on myself to be able to create a positive environment for my family and or else it was heading in a negative direction.
That's when Will became involved in Homebase's Southwest Florida Warrior Health and Fitness program.
Himself. Glad you made it, bro. How you doing? Good. Nice to see you. Appreciate it. All right, let's get this thing going.
The wellness program is run by veterans for veterans, with sessions held at Florida Gulf Coast University. The thinking is, if your health is in check, you're better able to deal with other issues, such as the invisible wounds of war.
Right there. Just hold. That's it. It's just a hold right there. Yep. Make sure your head is neutral. Keep it right there. Perfect.
Through this program, Will learned about and then enrolled in the intensive clinical program. Homebase flew him to Boston to join a cohort of veterans, all receiving a year's worth of care in just 2 weeks' time.
And it was nice to be able to go, okay, I'm not necessarily alone. So we built the relationships, and then I also built the relationships with the doctors. When I see that a doctor truly cares about you and you're not a number anymore, that makes a big difference.
Since Will came home from the ICP program with Homebase, he's a lot more like the man that I first met. He's much more patient. Driving was always a very big anxiety trigger for him. He's kind of learned you'll get there when you get there, and you just gotta let it go. He's calmed down on the drinking. He quit smoking in that time.
Granted, I have my ups and downs. There are more positive days than negative days now since I went to the ICP program.
I couldn't be more proud of him, and it's just been an amazing journey.